Well, guys, there it is. It happened. The Trump administration has brokered its first trade deal, according to a member of the administration, and we're going to get into that. I think this means, and I'm pretty sure it's probably India, but if it's also the EU, you're about to see the launching to the stratosphere of this stock market and an economy like you've never seen before. Roll the intro. All right, guys, so welcome on back to the news with TK. And I'm going to talk to you guys here for a second. We're going to get in here to the clip, why this is so important. So the legacy media, the lamestream media, has been beating on the president and the administration over tariffs, right? We've seen every attempt from BS fake news stories, like the stuff with Amazon, to, just talking about how consumers are going to have to pay all of this stuff from tariffs. And what's funny is it's like they don't understand how tariffs actually work. Well, it looks like the administration has brokered its first deal. Roll it.
Think about this. We have a $1.2 trillion trade deficit. That means we're buying extra stuff from other people in the world. If we cut that 25%, that's 1% of GDP growth in America. $300 billion grows America 1% for the rest of our lives. Yeah. This is how you get employment. This is how you get better jobs. Donald Trump understands it. He's on it and he's driving it. And no one's ever done it before. And I tell you, the power of this, you're going to see each country is going to say we're selling an extra 10 billion, 20 billion, 30 billion. It's going to be amazing.
When do we get the deals? Right before we went live, there was a segment on about India, and your colleague, Treasury, Scott Bessent, was saying we're close to a deal. The Japanese came into D.C., kind of left empty-handed. When do we get that big headline, Mr. Secretary, where there is a firm deal? Because you're a markets guy. I don't need to tell you this. If we get a headline that we've signed some deal with China and whatever, the markets are going to rip.
So,
or actually, I shouldn't say that. Would you say that?
Well, Treasury Secretary Bessent is focused on China. That's his portfolio. He's got to get something done with China. And my portfolio is the rest of the world's trade deals. So they are
That's
coming.
A big portfolio.
Oh, it's the greatest thing, because we have every country in the world, just like Donald Trump has said, who wants to do a deal with us. Now, here's the point. I have a deal. Done. But I need to wait for their prime minister and their parliament to give its approval, which I expect shortly. Well, I'm not going to tell you what country. Let the president.
It's just you and me here, and a couple million people hopefully watching.
I'll let the president decide. So, and then there are country after country where we're just working through the details. But you have to remember, they have prime ministers, they have parliament, they have to work through their process. But all of these are going to be coming, and what they're going to be is they're going to be incredibly smart, incredibly thoughtful. They're going to unleash the ability for us to export to them to grow. And they are going to also protect our industry so we can grow. And I think our GDP is going to pop from there. Remember, if we grow our 1% GDP here, or 2%, if we cut our trade deficit in half, that's 2% GDP. And then you take the money, right, and you take the growth in America. And how about this?
But
these factories, wait a minute, these factories, right? Think of it, if you have $4 trillion in people building, and let's say normally people would build $1 trillion in America anyway, $1.5 trillion. So you'd say $2.5 trillion, right? That's 2 points of GDP on these factory workers. No one is adding up the numbers that Donald Trump is going to produce the greatest growth of the domestic economy ever seen.
So, what do you guys think about what was said in that short clip or that interview? I think it's huge. I think the first deal being done, especially before the end of the week, if that's announced, if that's done. And I know that they said, they have to wait on their parliament or and whatnot to vote on that. So it'll be interesting to see if that's, what becomes of that if it happens this week. I think The once the first one happens, I think they all start falling like dominoes. Like people, it will literally be like a mad dash to see who can make the best deal as quick as possible. That's why I think India jumped in so hard here to try to get a deal done, and they worked out that framework when JD Vance was there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But this is huge news. I expect, because this just dropped, that we're going to see a little bit of a bounce in the market even before an official announcement is made. So stay tuned. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Stay tuned here. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already to stay on track to everything that's going on with these trade deals. And as always, stay petty, my friends.